Good day, poker peeps. This is Sky with Smart Poker Study. In today's video, we're going to find more 3-bet bluffs with Ace-King. So, in the spreadsheet right here are the 6 aspects to the perfect 3-bet bluff. We're going to cover each of these as we go through 4 different Ace-King hands where we 3-bet. And during the hands, I'll discuss why I actually think Ace-King is more likely a 3-bet bluff as opposed to a 3-bet for value. But to help you learn how to use all of these 6 aspects, I have a free PDF for you called Find More 3-Bets. Link in the description down below. The first page of the PDF discusses why we 3-bet, breaks down the 6 aspects of 3-betting, and then on page 2 down here, a 20-question quiz, 10 different situations, 2 questions per situation, testing your 3-bet bluffing skills. Get this in the link in the description down below. So the first hand, we're dealt Ace-King offsuit. We get a raise and then a caller. And then now before we 3-bet, should we choose to 3-bet, we want to count up the different aspects that we have in place in this hand. First, we are in position, and position's power. That's one of the reasons why it's one of the 6 aspects to the perfect 3-bet. Because, right now, they have to contend with your position right now. But then you're going to have the best position, flop, turn, and river as well. Gives them more of an incentive to fold right now. We hold an ace, yes. It's connected, not suited, but it is an ace. Small open raise and a large stack. From both of these players, yes, we got that. We got 144 big blinds ourselves. Raise first in by position greater than 20%. Now, I'm generally looking at the open raiser when I'm counting up the aspects here. He's only open raise, or raise, PFR, preflop raise 4%. Raise first in 12%, only 2 out of 17. He definitely does not have a 20% raising range right here. Folding to 3-bets, he hasn't faced any yet. Good news though, this player is capable of folding to 3-bets. He didn't make the raise, but he's shown a tendency to be able to fold. Oh, actually, that's for this player, but not for this one over here. But fold to flop C-bet greater than 50%, that's always good because just in case you get called, you want a little post-flop maneuverability, and he's folded 2 out of 2 versus C-bets. So we actually have 4 items in place right now. So we decide if you have between 4 to 3, you want to consider the 3-bet. 6 and 5, 5 is almost mandatory, but if you have all 6 in place, you want to bluff, yeah, it's a mandatory one right there. We are going to 3-bet right now. Bam, making it 15 big blinds. Now, I think this is way too much, especially against a player who's a very tight open raiser. And actually, I would be fine just calling here as well, but I do like the idea of making the 3-bet. 3-bet is preferable over calling because he folds to C-bets. Let's make it 10, maybe 11 big blinds right now as a 3-bet squeeze, and then C-bet bluff the flop if it comes down to that. But then, hey, awesome. We got all folds. We won the pot. Like I said, I think we bluffed a little bit too much here, but we did pick up 6.5 big blinds, and we don't even show our hand. They're never going to know. But there's some important ideas to discuss here about 3-betting with Ace-King. First off, Ace-King, it's only an ace and a king, right? You don't have any pair right now. You're kind of relying on that flop to give you a top pair or better, or even be a few undercards that you can bluff on and still have some equity. But truly, it's only an ace and a king. One of the good aspects about that is that you block pocket aces, pocket kings, and other ace-hex hands that could generally call. The fact that you block all of those hands make your bluff a little bit more likely to succeed. That's a great thing. But a great reason to 3-bet. So it is a bluffing hand in general, I think, but it has great potential, right? You can hit nice top pair, top kicker type hands. You get value versus weaker ace or king X hands. We can get value out of an ace queen if an ace comes on the flop. We get value out of king queen if a king high comes on the flop. So a lot of potential there. Also, of course, straight potential. And if we were suited, we would have flush potential right here. Now, if it comes 4 diamonds on the board, we have the nut flush. So, there's some good things about holding an ace of any given suit. But here is an important aspect. And one of the reasons why I consider this a bluff, it's that, I should say this, never bummed if they fold. When you 3-bet with ace king and everybody folds, it's a really good result, and you're almost, that's what those stars are for, you're almost never bummed out. Sure, you could be up against kind of a very loose aggressive player who could call with any ace and you've got him crushed. Your ace king versus his ace 10 versus his ace 4. You're crushing him, but you're almost never bummed if they all fold. Picking up 6.5 big blinds with a simple 3-bet is a great result, and I was super happy. And most of you 3-betting with ace kings, you're totally fine if everyone folds, right? All right, so that takes us to hand number 2. We've got the ace king suited this time. Raise and a fold. Let's count up the 6 aspects right here. First off, we are in position. We hold that ace. Small open raise, well, not necessarily small, kind of a standard open raise, but he does have a full stack, so I like that. Raise first in by position. So right now it's 44%, 7 out of 16. Let's see what it is specifically under the gun right now. Oh, it's only 0 out of 1, but there's a good chance, a decent chance that he's at greater or 20% or greater, but I don't necessarily want to say that he definitely has this. So that might not be in place. Raise in the fold, we haven't seen him face a 3-bet, and then like there's the fold to 3-bet stat, and then fold to c-bet right here, or yeah, fold to c-bet, nothing yet at all. So we have 3 aspects in place. But hey, I still love this opportunity to 3-bet with a hand, like I said, has great potential. We block those strong hands, and picking up this pot, 4.4 big blinds, what a good result. Here's another important thing. If we call right now, loose aggressive, 3-bets at 11. Loose, kind of passing, but 3-bets at 13%, 1 out of 8. Loose aggressive, could be a little bit more aggressive, but 3-bets at 11, 7 out of 63%. If we call, we're eliciting a 3-bet right here. So 3-bet ourselves to avoid a 3-bet. Now that's if you want to avoid the 3-bet. Here's an interesting idea. Now, this whole video is about 3-bet bluffing, right? But a really valid, a really good money-making play is to just call to try to entice a 3-bet bluff squeeze from one of these players. You call for 3. He decides, hey, this guy who's tight aggressive, he just called, he's weak. And this guy over here, he's loose aggressive, he might have a wide range. I can 3-bet squeeze to 12 big blinds and win this pot. That's a really valid idea from this player right now. If I was in his spot, I would think about 3-bet bluffing if this tight aggressive player just called. So a really good strategy, if you don't want a 3-bet, is call, elicit the 3-bet, and come back over the top with a 4-bet. Maybe a 4-bet for value, like to 26, 30 big blinds or something. Maybe even 4-bet shove if you really want to just push him off his 3-bet bluffing hand. Or another potential strategy is you call, he 3-bets, they fold, you call again. He's not going to put you on a hand as strong as ace king for calling and then calling again. So there's so many ways to play this spot right now, but I think 3-betting is absolutely valid, even though we only have 3 aspects in place. So let's see what happens. Oh, we got all folds. We won 4.4 big blinds. Piece of cake, Jake. Let's go to hand number 3. Ace king offsuit this time. Villain 106, 48-14, loose and passive, but he has raised first in 36% of the time so far. We've got the ace king offsuit. Let's count all of our aspects. Are we in position? Nope, we're in the small blind. We do hold an ace. Is it a small open raise? Well, it's standard size, but he has a big stack. We got a full stack. I'm going to count that. Raise first in greater than 20%. For sure, a player like this who's so far raised first in 36%, 4 out of 11. Let's see what it is on the button over here. 100%, 1 out of 1. He's got well over a 20% range. He hasn't faced any 3-bets yet, but he has folded versus c-bets, 1 out of 2. So we have 4 aspects in place right here. Totally fine with making this c-bet. Now, not c-bet, making this 3-bet. But before we do this play, you always want to expect, when you're 3-bet bluffing, they're going to call you. What are you going to do on the flop? The fact that he's folded 1 out of 2 means I'm probably going to c-bet bluff, given the opportunity, if we do see a flop right here. And we have a fishy player left to act over here. If we had called, he would have called 2. We would have been out of position 3-way with an ace-king. Not the end of the world. We could have just played post-flop poker, but I really like getting aggressive against fishy players like this. Interesting. Cold calling out of the big blind, the 10 big blind 3-bet. Very fishy. 86/0 player. I mean, we should actually color code this dude green here. And then we get a fold. Okay, now we are out of position in a 3-bet pot against somebody who, surprisingly called right there. But like I said, anytime you make a play pre-flop, whether it's 3-bet bluffing or open raising, expect a call and expect to play some post-flop poker. So we've got the ace-king, jack-high board. Awesome, we can rep something strong right here, right? We just 3-bet. We have aces, kings, queens in our range. So we c-bet. Now, somebody who is folded 100%, 2 out of 2 so far, should find a quick fold on this board with nothing at all. Drat, he called right here. Now, this is one of the interesting ideas about holding ace-king. It's great for 3-betting pre-flop because of that blocking potential and great potential on the flop as well. But we block ace-x and king-x that can fold on the flop. So just imagine if we had pocket threes right here. He has more ace-x and king-x that miss this board that can fold. Because we've got the ace-king, he has more or less of the ace-king, ace-queen, ace-jack, ace-10, king-queen, king-jack. King-jack has top pair. Ignore that one. King-queen, king-10. He has so many less ace-high and king-high hands that can fold. It makes it a little bit less likely your bluff will succeed on flops with ace-king. That's one of the drawbacks to 3-betting or even being the open raiser with ace-king. He ends up calling, as we saw. 5 comes on the turn. Now, if he wasn't scared, somebody who generally folds wasn't scared on a jack-high board, he's not going to be scared on the 5. So I really should not barrel here. And I don't. I check. It's a bummer when you check, but all the signs indicate that we're losing right here. We're behind, and we're not going to get him to fold. Do not bluff. What's my saying? You ain't bluffing if they ain't folding. I guarantee he's not folding right here. I am not going to bluff, so I end up just check folding. It's a bummer when you have to give up check folding on a 3-bet pot when you were the 3-better. But when all signs point to you being beat and him not being able to give up, yeah, just exit the hand. All right, let's get to the final hand. Ace-king once again. 3.5, a larger open raise. And a call. And a fold. So we have a 3-bet squeezing opportunity. Let's count up the 6 aspects that are in place. Are we in position? No. Do we hold an ace? Yes. Is it a small open raise and a large stack? No. Completely opposite. Large open raise and a small stack, right? We do not have that one in place. This is actually a very important one when it comes to 3-bet bluffing because you want that post-flop maneuverability. You expect a call. You want them to have a big stack. Plus, you want to see a smaller bet, which generally indicates weakness, right? So there's 2 reasons to not get involved right here. Raise and then fold to 3-bet. We haven't seen him face a 3-bet, nor have we seen him face a c-bet. So we literally only have one thing in place right now. And let me tell you, I hate my 3-bet. Look how big I make it too, right? I guess I kind of have to make it this big to try to rep pocket aces from the worst position in a squeezing spot. But man, this is so... I would much have preferred just calling because he's not going to wake up with a 3-bet here. We can call, go out of position, multi-way, hope to hit an ace, and let's see if we can get some value from the short stack. But as soon as we make this call, if any one of these players comes in, that pot's going to be over 40 big blinds. If he comes in, it's going to be over 40, and he's going to have less than 30 big blinds. He's committed. If it comes jack high like that prior board, it's going to be really hard for me to get him to fold, right? So I do not like this 3-bet. Failed 3-bet, I believe. So how surprising. 9/0 calls cold 16 big blinds with 2 players yet to act. What does he have, right? We got to ask ourselves, what's he doing this with? Plenty of pocket pairs, suited aces, some good suited broadways. Maybe he's even slow playing pocket aces and kings right here. We get a fold, and then another call. That price was too good for him to pass up, right? Flop comes down ace, 6, 5. Top pair, top kicker. The original razor folded, 51 big blinds. We're just betting for some value, hoping somebody has a weaker ace, maybe pocket 8s and 9s that just won't fold on an ace high. We're hoping for value. Get a call and a fold. Loving this. The deuce hits. Okay, ace-king still looking good. If he wasn't scared on the ace, he's not going to be scared on the deuce. 77 chips in the pot, 44 in our stack. Yeah, it's time to get it in. Get value while the getting's good. On non-scare cards. Right here. So we shove, homeboy calls, river deuce, two pair, king kicker, and he calls with ace nine. So we faded the flush draw plus the two pair if a nine would have hit on that river to crack us. But hey, we faded that. We got max value out of a player who's capable of calling with worse. And that's why you get value out of those weaker ace X and king X hands that can call. One of the reasons to 3-bet with ace king. All right, make sure you do not forget to get the Find More 3-Bet Bluffs PDF, absolutely free, link in the description down below. Turn yourself into a 3-bet bluffer. Before you watch another video, please subscribe to my channel. And until next time, take action both on and off the felt to become the player that you want to be.